Good morning. It is Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021. I'm coming to you from a very sunny morning here, which is actually lovely. Nature's filter right now. So I wanted to talk today. I'm Karen from Simply Living for Him. I'm here to do my daily encouragement video from God's Word. I pray that this video would just bless someone today and point them to Jesus. That's why I do what I do. I wanted to talk today about keeping up with the Joneses. And we've all heard that term before. Many of us do it and don't realize it. And I want to talk to you today about stop keeping up with the Joneses, but keeping up with the Lord. And, you know, so much of our lives we don't realize are spent really trying to keep up with others or comparing to others or doing what others are doing. And, you know, we would be at so much more peace and have so much more contentment and living more purposefully if we truly followed after God and not the Joneses. So I wanted to read to you first from Ecclesiastes 4. It says, Ecclesiastes 4:4. I have seen that every labor and every skill which is done is the result of rivalry between a man and his neighbor. This too is vanity and striving after the wind. So why do you live to keep up with the Joneses? Why do people compare to each other? Why do we forget that we are living for God and not for others? You know, our society goes into debt, goes into depression, goes into you know, a lot of feelings of discontentment because of this keeping up with the Joneses. You know, your friend gets something new, you want that too. And this, we talked about coveting in a previous devotional. But this is, you know, along those same lines is, you know, trying to keep up with the standards of the world and not from God. And I want to ask you today, evaluate, because sometimes we don't realize that we're doing it. Are you keeping up with the world, or are you living to keep up with God's standards? Because God's standards are quite different than the world's standards. It says in Romans 12:2, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. And when we are following after the world, we are conformed. But when we are allowing God to transform us, we don't even desire to follow after the things of this world. At Simply Living for Him, I always say the remedy for clutter and chaos is Jesus. The more we desire Him, the less that we naturally desire the things of this world, and the easier it is to live more simply. And that's what I would say. When you are following after God, you don't even want to follow after the Joneses. You don't want to keep up with them because you realize, number one, they're in debt or they're not living for the right things, and you want to live for the things of God. It says in Galatians 1:10, for am I now seeking the favor of men or of God? Or am I striving to please men? If I were still If I were still trying to please men, I would not be a bond servant of Christ. And you know what? When I read this, I say sometimes, am I seeking the favor of men or God? Am I striving to please men? I would even substitute men for yourself. You know, am I seeking the favor of myself or of God? Or am I striving to please myself? Because, you know, our flesh will make us want to keep up with the Joneses. Our flesh will keep our eyes on what everyone else is doing and kind of causes some pride in ourselves. You know, when we're trying to keep up with the Joneses, it's really because of pride. It's really because of pride. For some reason, we feel like this competition that we need to have what others have. We need to, you know, keep up with the newest trends, the newest fads, the newest things. And you know what? In the end of this life, it is not going to matter that you kept up with anyone but the Lord. Are you trying to please men, yourself, or are you a bond servant of Christ? Because if you're a bond servant of Christ and you're bound to serving Him, and you are living to serve Him, you are not even going to care what the Joneses have, what the Joneses do. You are going to completely want to keep up with God and His standards, and His standards are found in the Word. So if you're keeping up with the Joneses, you're keeping up with the world. When you're keeping up with God, you're following the standards set in His Word. So ask yourself today, you may think, nah, I don't really care what people think, but I think that sometimes we do even more than we realize. So ask yourself today, who am I living for? The Joneses, the world, myself, my flesh, or God? I hope that this encouraged you. If it did, let me know. Comment wherever you're seeing this video. Let me know if it's been a blessing to you. If it has, I'd love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, share this message with a friend, and I will see you again next time. Until then, I wish you all the blessings and joy in Jesus today.